Hi there. So it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm going to show you how I made this, what I call a wood plank Valentine card. So we're going to use the Heartfelt Bundle, I think it's called. It's in the annual catalog right here on page 168. Here it is right here. And what it includes, because you can buy it with a bundle, in a bundle, and you get a 10% discount. The bundle includes 2 heart, 1 scalloped, 1 regular punch, and then the stamp set, the heartfelt stamp set. So that's the main things that we're going to use today. We're going to use a few other things, and I'll show you those as we get started. But we're going to focus on these 2 things mainly. Okay, so I'm going to use, first of all, I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus. And when you buy a Stamparatus, it comes with, in fact, I need to grab that real quick. It comes with, my bad, the platform, and really it looks like this. This is the platform, and 2 plates, a foam mat. This is for when you're using your photopolymer stamp sets, and that's the ones that you can see through. You need this, and then it comes with 2 magnets. Now my magnets I've wrapped with tape. It just makes it easier. They're so strong, it just makes it easier to pick up. And I just found some masking tape that was really wide, and I wrap it around there so that I have a handle for my magnet. But anyway, so I'm going to take one of my plates. Let's move the other one out of the way for now. And then we sell grid paper that matches the Stamparatus platform right there, protect our foam mat. And then I don't know if you can see on here, but I like to use these things. These are called sticky grid sheets, and I don't sell them. I buy them from Amazon, or I think you can get them at your local craft store. But anyway, that's the little piece I have right here, and that is gonna, it's like a Post-it note, and that's what's gonna hold my paper in place. My stamp, or my magnet, sorry, will hold my grid paper in place, which will hold my sticky grid paper in place, which will start everything. And I'm gonna start here with a scrap of Whisper White. Looks like I've done a couple things with it, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna make sure it's on that grid paper, the sticky grid paper, which now will hold my paper and I won't need my magnet, but carry on. And then with this part here that says Happy Valentine's Day, and now you'll see I like to use my Stamparatus with stamps like this that are a large solid image, because you can ink it up a couple times. Wait, I'm gonna need my bone folder because now my stamp is gonna stick to my paper, and I want my paper to stay in place. There we go. But I'm going to ink up my stamp here. And this is just real red cardstock, and I have just recently inked up my ink pad, so he's a pretty happy, juicy ink pad. And we might not have to stamp him twice, but I have a feeling we will. So let's try and see what happens. Make sure that paper doesn't move. Oh, no, look, I got a nice crisp image the first time. I'm gonna just go ahead with what I got and let that dry. So I'm gonna take that off. I'm all done with that. Now this piece here, I would just go and run it under some clean water in the bathroom sink. Well, just the bathroom because it's closer, but just run it under water and clean it that way. But while we have our Stamparatus out here, let's go ahead and bring in the piece to make our plank. So I have a piece of, what is it, soft suede. Almost forgot what it was called. I'm gonna lay my magnet over here because it doesn't really need to hold it down too hard. My soft suede cardstock here is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. Now I've laid it on my sticky grid paper so it won't move. I'm gonna lay my plate down here, and then this time we're going to use this Palette Thoughts, and this large stamp right here is what I'm going to use to make my wood plank background paper. And I'm going to use my grid sheet lines here to make sure that my stamp is straight. And you notice I've laid it at the top, making sure it's over and above the paper so it doesn't, it's off the edge. Oh, and you know what, before I go on, This is a red rubber stamp, so we need to get rid of this right here. We don't need this foam sheet because it has the foam right here on my stamp. Okay, so let's hold this down again. I got it where I want it. Let's make sure that, yep, it's still coming off the edges. And then I'm going to use some early espresso ink. I'm going to just ink up my stamp here. And now the red rubber stamps don't stick to your paper like the photopolymer or the see-through stamps, so I don't have to worry about using my bone folder and stuff. But look, it didn't get quite over here on the edge. But there, now look at how pretty that image is on my paper. And then I'm going to just take my plate here, and there's hinges here. I'm going to go down 1, 2, and then just ink up my stamp again and lay that down. Now, if I didn't get a good image, I could go ahead and ink up my stamp again and lay it down again, because my paper has not moved, and so it would stamp again in the exact same place. But I like the image I got, so then I'm going to just go down 2 more. Is that right there? Yep. And then I'm going to ink up my stamp again. Put away my ink. Hopefully I won't have to ink him up again. And then I'm going to just lay it down 1 more time. And then, so this is called, no, I can't remember what it's called, stamping. I don't know, the Stamparatus, when you can use these plates here to go down your whole piece of cardstock. And then now I have a really pretty little plank for my background. Okay, now we're all done with the Stamparatus. I'm going to go ahead and put him away. Bring in some other card pieces. This is going to be my card base. It's just 8.5 by 5.5, a half a sheet of cardstock. Scored at 4 1/4. Get a nice crisp edge there with my bone folder. Bring in some adhesive. I'm going to use Stampin' Up! Seal. Oh, and shoot, look, he's empty. I meant to do that before my video, but let me throw a refill in there real quick. There, that wasn't so bad. I should have done that before the video, so thanks for bearing with me. Let me get him going. Oh, where's the sticky? There it is. Here we go. Little adhesive on the back of this piece. Boy, when they're fresh tape like that, they sure are happy and sticky. And then I'm going to lay this down right on the front of my card base. So it looks like that. Okay, so another item I used was Stampin' Up! Has this detailed hearts die. Now, it's been around for a while, and I think it's somewhat ignored, but it looks like this. And it cuts out a gazillion little hearts. So I have run that through the machine in advance, so you didn't have to watch me through my die cut machine. And I have run it through in basic black. Now they're stuck together. And Whisper White. A little bit of the new in color, the Magenta Madness. I think that's what it's called. And then I did run it through with some Blushing Bride. For some reason, I did not use the Petal Pink, but I think that's too fleshy colored and I wanted more pink color, so I did not run it through the Petal Pink. But here's some real red, here's some Melon Mambo, and then the last one, I can't get them apart, is the Cherry Cobbler. So more or less, I ran it through all of the reds and pinks that Stampin' Up! Has, and then of course the black, which I need, is what we're going to use on our card base. And the white gives it just a little bit of contrast. And then look, I put them all in my little dish here, and look how many hearts you get by running that through. Now, the initial run through takes a while, but now I have hearts galore that I can use on a lot of my cards. And for shaker cards, I think I'll use that a lot for shaker cards. In fact, I've already made one, and if I knew where it was, I'd show it to you, but it's not anywhere close. But for this black one here, I'm going to just snip away and make like a little row of hearts here like this. So I'm only going to use this piece here on my card. So to glue this onto my card, because it has those little fine details there, I'm going to bring in, this is my silicone mat, and I notice, look, it's a little bit dirty, so I like to just clean it up. I use my silicone mat a lot, and I can just clean it up real quick with a lint roller. I'm going to take this, and then I do have some sponges. These are Stampin' Up! Sponges that I've cut into little pieces like this. I have a handle with just a clothespin, but I'm going to take in the corner here and just put a little bit of Tombow liquid glue. It doesn't take a lot. Lay this backside up, and I'm going to hold this to make sure my paper doesn't move, and then I'm going to just sponge that glue and put little dots all over. Like I said, I'm making sure that my cardstock doesn't move so I don't get any glue on the front. It's all just on the back. But then when you go to lay this on your cardstock, look how nicely that sticks on there. And you don't have a bunch of glue oozing out all over. Now, if it did have a little bit of glue, since it's like the beads on here, it just rolls off and rubs off really nicely. So there's my little hearts on my plank. Let me put my sponge away. And then I think I showed you, I just keep my sponges in a little airtight container, and then I always have them right there ready when I need them. Okay. So now I'm going to just take a little bit of liquid glue. Now I want to use different hearts. Maybe I should put more glue on there. But anyway, of different colored hearts of my little dish of hearts here. So I'm going to just take and put a little bit of glue inside most of these hearts. Some of them I'm going to leave bare because I think that just gives it a little bit of character. So I think I'll leave those. And we'll see, maybe I'll change my mind as we go along. Now with my Take a Pick tool, because it has this sticky end here, I'm going to just pick up a heart and I can lay it down and put it back in that little place where it belongs. So I'm going to try to run the process so you don't have to be watching me pull my little hearts out, but I'm going to just pick colors randomly, try to find different sizes to fit in different hearts. Whoop, that's not the right one. That's not the right one. Maybe I won't. Maybe, oh, there he goes right there. Okay. And you'll notice I have two the same color together. I'm not going to worry about that. It's just a random thing. Whoop, this one stuck to my finger. Here we go. Put him right there. But see how it's starting to come along? Let's see, I think I want some petal pink right there. And let's find some of those itty bitty flowers. Here's an itty bitty one. We'll put some more petal pink right here. What colors don't I have? I think we need some cherry cobbler. Let's see if he fits. Nope, he fits down there, but I don't have glue in that one. So let's hold on to him. I might add him later. And then here's another one. This one's a little bit bigger. Now you'll notice with the die cuts, you do have a front and back. And I'm going to make sure that I get the right side up. We need a big, there we go, big, real red one, I think, right there. Okay, just a couple more, and then we'll be all done. Let's use the pink one right there. And maybe another cherry cobbler. I think this one's too big. Yep, we need a smaller one than that. Maybe I cut too many out. I have too many choices here. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought. Okay, we just need one more little heart. I think I'm gonna go with another real red. Is that the right size? No, he's a little too big. Find one. Well, next one, here we go. Is this the right size? No, he's too big too. Let me find one. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use this white one right here. This one will work. We'll put him right there. And then let's see if I have enough hearts there, if I want to do some more. So now that this ink has dried, I'm going to go ahead and take the heart punch and punch him out. And now I like how this punch gives it that little bit of white border all the way around. Now, if you didn't white the white border, it would be very simple to fussy cut around that heart and cut all of the border off. And then with a piece of black scrap, I'm going to punch out that scalloped heart. And look how easy these punches are to making layers. A little bit of adhesive on the back of my red heart. And lay that on the black. Look how pretty that is. And the heart right there. So now if I lay my heart here, yeah, I think we need some blushing bride in that little heart right there. So I'm going to take a little bit of glue, put it here, and then I believe it's this one right here. And it is, yay, first try. There we go. A little dimensionals on the back of this one. And since I'm using black paper, I'm going to use black dimensionals. Take this, and I'm going to cover this area right here because I don't like those black hearts as much as I like the outlined colored hearts. So there you go, just like that. Is that not cute? Okay, and then now to stamp the inside. So I have a piece here of Whisper White. This is just your basic layer, 5 1/4 by 4 inches. Let me put some stuff away here so I have room to work. And I'm going to just use my Stamparatus pad because it's right here. And we're using the photopolymer stamps, that's why I want to use the pad so I get a nice image. And then in this stamp set, it says roses are red, violets are blue. I want to start with that stamp. And put it about right there. And then it says something to the effect, so lucky to have a friend like you. And I think that would be a really cute sentiment on my card. So let me just pick those up with a couple blocks. Bring in my real red ink pad again. And I want to stamp the roses are red, violets are blue first. Make sure my cardstock is straight here. And just set it down right there. I'm going to hold it for just a second, let that ink sink in. Nicely done, there we go. And then on the second one, so lucky to have a friend like you, I'm going to lay that right there. Let that ink sink in for just a second. And there you go, there's the inside of my card. Now, since I have all these hearts cut out, we might as well put a few little hearts on there. So again, with my liquid glue, I'm going to just come like this and put a little, okay, it's this one. That one is clogged. A little bit of glue here, and I'm just putting little dots of glue on my paper, because then when I decide, I like that magenta pink, bright, vibrant pink color. We'll put a little heart there, and then I am going to put a black heart, but I want one a little bit smaller right here, just to kind of bring the front of the card into the inside. And then last, we have to listen to that. I want to do the real red, because that's really the base of our card color. So there we go, it looks just cute like that. And then let's put a little bit of adhesive on the back of my cardstock here. And then lay that right there, look, on the inside of my card. And I think, one more time with the bone folder on the seam here, and look how cute. I think that is a really cute card. And you could change out the inside to say, you know, love you lots from my heart to yours, something a little bit more mushy. I'm going to do more like a friend card with the inside of roses are red, violets are blue, so lucky to have a friend like you. I think that's a great card right there. So again, my name is Kathy Howes. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you're interested in any of the stamping supplies that I use today, you can visit my online store, kathyhowes.stampinup.net. I would love to be your demonstrator. If there's any product out there that you're not sure how to use and you'd like to know how to use them, be sure and leave a comment and I'll show you how to use some of the products that are in our catalogs. Thanks for watching. Have a great week and I'll see you back here Friday morning. Bye-bye.